They told you to be realistic, that chasing big dreams is foolish, that changing your life in 6 months is a fantasy, and maybe, up until now, you believed them. But here's the truth. Most people aren't living, they're just surviving. And survival doesn't require dreams. It requires excuses. It feeds off fear. But success? Success doesn't wait. Success doesn't beg. It doesn't knock politely. It kicks down the door of those who dare to prepare, who dare to act, and who refuse to settle. So let me ask you right now, before anything else, are you finally ready to stop waiting for permission? Are you ready to take full control of your life and give yourself 6 months? Not a lifetime, not a decade. Just 6 months to turn the wheel, to set fire to your old habits and build a life you can be proud of? 6 months? That's it. It's not magic. It's math. 180 days. And if you still think that isn't enough time to radically transform your life, let me remind you, Elon Musk built an empire by being the man who ignored what was reasonable. When everyone else was thinking in decades, he was acting in days. SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, those weren't built by playing it safe. They were built on the back of insane work ethic, relentless vision, and a refusal to hear the word impossible. And here's what Elon will never say out loud, but what every high performer knows deep down. The biggest transformation doesn't happen in the spotlight. It happens in silence, in sacrifice, in discipline, in those early mornings and late nights where nobody sees you but you keep showing up. That's where your 6-month journey begins. So what's the plan? Simple. Start with your mindset. Because if you don't believe you can change, nothing else matters. Henry Ford said it best. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Your thoughts are the architect of your reality. And most people, they're living in a prison built by their own minds. They tell themselves stories like, I'm not good enough, I don't have time, or I'll start tomorrow. These aren't just lies, they're chains. Chains that keep you stuck. And today, right now, I want you to break one of those chains. Say it out loud with me. I am not waiting anymore. Again. Louder. Mean it. I'm not waiting anymore. Now let's talk discipline. Because motivation is great for getting started, but it's discipline that keeps you going when you no longer feel like it. Elon Musk once said, when something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. That's the core of discipline. Doing the work, regardless of feelings. Your success doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if your friends are out partying. It doesn't care about how long your day was. It cares about whether you did what needed to be done. That's it. So for the next 6 months, I want you to stop negotiating with your excuses. Stop looking for comfort and start chasing commitment. Write down your goals. All of them. Don't just think them. Thinking is passive. Writing is action. Be specific. What do you want your body to look like in 6 months? Your bank account? Your skill set? Your network? Don't say, I want to be fit. Say, I will lose 10 kilograms by following a consistent workout and diet plan. Don't say, I want to save money. Say, I will earn X amount by doing Y. Vagueness is the enemy of progress. Clarity creates energy. And every morning for the next 6 months, I want you to read those goals out loud like a warrior preparing for battle. Because that's what this is, a battle between the future you want and the present you're stuck in. And then, auto-suggestion. This is what Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich, called the medium by which you influence your subconscious. Every day, you're either programming your mind with positivity or polluting it with doubt. You've got to repeat your goals. Visualize them. Feel them. Tell yourself the truth you want to live in until it becomes your new default. Because the world will feed you negativity, scarcity, fear, but you have the power to feed yourself courage, vision, and determination. Let's be real for a moment. You will be alone during this journey. People will not understand your hustle. Some will laugh. Some will say, "You've changed." Good. That's the point. If your old circle still feels comfortable, you're not growing. Success often demands isolation before it rewards you with freedom. Remember, Elon Musk wasn't popular when he risked it all. He was mocked, ridiculed, told he was crazy. But while they doubted, he built. While they laughed, he launched. And now the world watches. 6 months of silence can put you 5 years ahead. Let that sink in. But it only works if you're consistent. That means waking up earlier, saying no more often, prioritizing progress over pleasure. It means tracking your habits, auditing your energy, and refusing to tolerate mediocrity. You're not just living anymore, you're engineering your existence. You're designing the blueprint of the life you deserve. You might ask, what if I fail? Good. Fail. Fail fast. Fail forward. Failure is not the enemy. Inaction is. Because every failure is data, feedback, a stepping stone. Elon Musk said, failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you're not innovating enough. So, go fail. Then get up. Iterate. Adjust. Keep moving. The only people who never fail are the ones who never try. And guess what? They also never succeed. You have to persist beyond the excitement. Because transformation isn't about one great day. It's about what you do when you don't feel like doing anything. It's about day 47 when nobody's watching. Day 89 when you want to quit. Day 133 when you feel like nothing is changing. That's when most people give up. But that's where winners are born. Those who understand that consistency is a compounding force. You might not see the return instantly, but the momentum is building, always building, behind the scenes. Like Elon building rockets that crashed before they flew. Let me tell you something radical. In 6 months, you can rebuild your identity. You can become a person of action. You can become someone who sets a standard and lives by it. That's the power of short-term obsession. Not balance. Obsession. Laser focus. And if that sounds unhealthy to you, good. Because comfort has lied to you your entire life. The truth, success is not balanced. It is brutal. It is lonely. And it is worth every ounce of your effort. Start today. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for next month. Don't wait for the stars to align. You are the star. You are the one you've been waiting for. There is no perfect time. Only now. Only this moment. This voice in your ears, telling you what you already know deep down. You were made for more. But the world will never hand you more until you prove you can handle what you've got. Think about that. Why would life give you abundance if you can't manage discipline? Why would it give you leadership if you still haven't mastered yourself? The truth is, your future is already out there. But it belongs to the version of you that's willing to earn it. Not the you who scrolls endlessly. Not the you who says, I'll start tomorrow. The future you, the 6 months later you, is watching, waiting, wondering if you'll finally get serious or if you'll once again sell out your greatness for comfort. You want to change your life? Start changing your standards. High achievers don't rise to the level of their dreams. They fall to the level of their systems. If your system is weak, your results will be weak. Elon Musk doesn't rely on willpower to build rockets. He builds systems, routines, and habits that remove excuses. He doesn't hope for progress. He engineers it. And if you want to transform in 6 months, you need to do the same. You need to become ruthless with your calendar, obsessive with your habits, aggressively intentional with your time, Every hour wasted is not just time lost, it's potential buried, dead, and gone. So let's get even more real. What are your distractions? Identify them. The apps, the people, the patterns. Who drains your energy? What activities steal your focus? Most people try to change their life without changing their environment. And it doesn't work. You can't expect to climb if you're still clinging to the habits that keep you low. You can't build momentum while dragging dead weight. Elon didn't just build companies, he cut distractions. He lived in a small office, slept on the factory floor. He chose his vision over validation. Are you willing to do the same? I want you to take inventory of your life, brutally honest inventory. Who are you spending time with? What conversations are you having? Are you discussing growth, vision, execution, or gossip, complaints, and Netflix shows? If the people around you aren't helping you grow, they're helping you rot. Harsh? Maybe, but necessary. If you want to change your life, you've got to change your circle. Proximity is power. Get near people who scare you with their discipline, who stretch your vision, who make you feel uncomfortable in the best way. And here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Growth feels like pain. Change feels like loss. The old version of you won't go quietly. It will resist. It will whisper, "Relax, take a break. This is too hard." That voice is a liar. It's your ego, afraid of becoming obsolete, and it will die kicking and screaming as you evolve. Let it scream, let it cry, let it burn away, because what replaces it is power, real power, not power over others, but over yourself. That's the only power that matters. Let me ask you this. What would happen if, for 6 straight months, you stopped complaining, stopped comparing, stopped consuming content without execution? What if you replaced excuses with action, doubt with strategy, delusion with discipline? Do you realize how rare that mindset is? You'd immediately enter the top 5%. Not because you're a genius, but because most people simply won't do it. Most people won't sacrifice. Most people won't commit. Most people will binge motivation but never build momentum. But not you. You're still listening. That alone makes you different. You're not here for inspiration. You're here for transformation. So let's keep going. Here's another principle. Responsibility. Full, complete, unapologetic ownership of your life. Stop blaming your parents, your boss, your school, your past. It doesn't matter anymore. You're not a victim, you're a builder. And every second you spend pointing fingers is a second you're not building your empire. Own your wins. Own your losses. Own your laziness. Own your potential. This is what separates the elite from the average. And Elon Musk? He doesn't make excuses. When his rockets fail, he doesn't blame NASA or gravity or fate. He goes back to the drawing board. He fixes it. He owns it. You need to develop the same relationship with failure. Because let's be clear, you will mess up. You will fall off track. You will have days where you feel like nothing is working. That's not the end. That's part of the process. What matters is how fast you bounce back. You can have a bad day. You can't have a bad month. You can make a mistake. You can't make it a pattern. That's what this 6-month plan is about. Not perfection, precision, adaptation, velocity. Now let's talk about execution. Strategy means nothing without it. Your ideas are worthless without action. You've read the books, watched the videos, listened to the podcasts. Now it's time to move. Because knowledge without execution is just entertainment. So stop planning endlessly. Stop waiting to feel ready. Start. And once you start, don't stop. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need a 10-hour grind session once a month. You need 2 focused hours every day, relentlessly, ruthlessly, repeatedly. And this applies to every area of your life. Your health. You don't need a fancy diet. You need discipline. You need to drink more water, sleep better, lift heavier, walk farther. Your finances. You don't need crypto tips. You need budgeting, saving, earning more, investing smart. You want to be successful? Then start behaving like someone who deserves success. Because you don't get what you want. You get what you tolerate. Let's talk about comparison. The silent killer. You're scrolling, seeing everyone's success. The vacations, the cars, the six-pack abs. And you feel like you're behind. You feel like a failure. Stop. You are not behind. You are on your own timeline. But you're delaying it every time you look sideways. You think Elon Musk cared what Jeff Bezos was doing every second? Number, he was too busy working. You don't win by watching, you win by doing. So, shut out the noise. Lock in. Building faith. That's the next piece. Not blind faith, not wishful thinking, but the deep, unshakable belief that your actions will lead to results, even if you don't see them right away. You have to plant seeds for months before the harvest comes. You have to dig and water and wait. Most people quit too early. They say, "It's not working," after 3 weeks. Meanwhile, the universe was about to reward them on week 4. Stay in the fight. Stay in the gym. Stay on your path. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. What if this is your last chance? What if this next 6 months is your window, and if you don't act now, it closes forever? What if your future self is depending on you to get serious now, before it's too late? Because time doesn't care. It moves forward with or without you. In 6 months, you can either look in the mirror with pride or with regret. That decision is made right now. So let's recap. Change your mindset. Get brutally disciplined. Set clear goals. Speak them. Visualize them. Create routines that serve them. Cut out distractions. Upgrade your environment. Take ownership. Execute relentlessly. Silence the comparison. Hold the faith. And persist even when results are invisible. You're not here by accident. You're still listening because you're one of the few who knows, deep in your bones, that you were built for more. Not just to survive, not just to coast, but to dominate, to build, to lead. And it starts now, not later, not when it's convenient. Now, that's the word echoing through every fiber of your future. Now is the hour where dreams either ignite or die. Don't you dare tell yourself you'll begin tomorrow. Don't insult your own potential by waiting for another Monday. The graveyard is full of people who said, "I'll do it later." And you're not digging your own grave anymore. You're digging your foundation, brick by brick, day by day, starting today. You see, people ask, "What's the secret?" But there is no secret. That's the lie sold to the lazy. The truth is boring. The truth is brutal. The truth is you win because you refuse to quit. You win because you showed up. You win because you turned off the noise, put your head down, and bled for the life you wanted. Success is earned in sweat, not in secrets. Let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention. Boredom. Yes, boredom. The most dangerous obstacle in your 6-month transformation. You will get bored, that's guaranteed. Because real growth isn't always exciting. It's repetitive. It's routine. It's doing the same workout when nobody's watching. It's saying no to cake 10 days in a row. It's saving money instead of showing off. It's waking up early when you feel dead inside. It's logging your habits when you don't see any change. Boredom is where most people break. They say, "This isn't working," but it is. Progress is boring. Mastery is boring. Billionaires don't succeed because of adrenaline. They succeed because they embrace the grind. Elon Musk isn't showing off every step. He's working. While you're scrolling through someone else's highlight reel, he's testing prototypes, he's losing money, he's breaking things, he's fixing them again. That's the truth nobody sells. Boredom is the gatekeeper to excellence. You want to break through? Get comfortable being bored. Now let's dive into the philosophy of time, because 6 months is more than enough if you understand this. You don't lack time. You waste time. You scroll. You binge. You procrastinate. You make decisions like you'll live forever, but your life is leaking by the minute. The average person lives about 4,000 weeks. That's it. 4,000 Saturdays. You've already burned through hundreds. How many do you even remember? How many did you waste thinking, "I've got time"? You don't have time. You have now. So you need to treat every single day like a sacred investment. Ask yourself, if I live today on repeat for the next 180 days, who would I become? That's your answer. That's your future. And it's staring back at you every morning in the mirror. You want to shift your life in 6 months? Then adopt a military-level commitment to your time. Guard your calendar like your life depends on it, because it does. You want to write a book? Block it. Want to learn a new skill? Schedule it. Want to build a business? Protect your hours. Don't try to make time. Make time. Cut the fluff. Destroy the distractions. And own your hours like they're gold. Because they are. Now here's a truth most can't handle. Most people don't want success. They want the feeling of success. They want praise without pain, wealth without work, respect without risk. But the people you admire, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, Kobe Bryant, they didn't want the feeling. They wanted the fire. They wanted the work. They welcomed the isolation, the sacrifice, the mental warfare. They didn't chase feelings. They chased greatness. And so must you. Let's talk about sacrifice. Because every yes is a no to something else. You say yes to your comfort. You say no to your growth. You say yes to fast food. You say no to discipline. You say yes to Netflix. You say no to knowledge. The price of your future is paid in the present. Every single choice you make is a vote for the life you want or the one you fear. So don't tell me you're serious if your habits still scream mediocrity. Don't tell me you want to change if you won't delete that app, say no to that friend, or turn off the distractions. Elon Musk once worked 100 hours a week. Every week. Why? Because he said, if other people are putting in 40 hours and you're putting in 100, you will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to do. That's math. That's momentum. That's obsession. And if you want uncommon results, you need uncommon intensity. So ask yourself, what would Elon do in your shoes? Would he procrastinate? Would he scroll for hours? Would he complain? Or would he double down, shut up, and execute? Now let's be human. You'll stumble. You'll break. You'll have moments where everything feels impossible. But guess what? That's where you get built. That's where you find out who you really are. Comfort has never taught you anything. Pain builds character. Struggle reveals strength. And pressure? Pressure is how diamonds are made. You've got pressure in your life right now? Good. Use it. Channel it. Let it forge you. Don't run from the fire. Run into it. Come out stronger, sharper, cleaner. Your new identity is forged in your hardest moments. The days you want to quit. That's where your edge is. That's where greatness lives. You don't become a champion on stage. You become a champion alone in the gym, dripping in silence while everyone else is sleeping. You want to build wealth? It starts with mindset. Shift from spending to investing, from consuming to creating. Every dollar you waste is a seed that could have grown. Every impulsive purchase is a vote for the life you say you're trying to escape. Elon didn't build wealth by chasing money. He chased impact, solve real problems, build real things, add real value. Money follows value, never the other way around. You want to develop faith? Then stop needing constant proof. Take action without guarantees. Trust yourself. Trust the work. Every great achiever had to walk blindly before the path appeared. That's what separates them. They don't wait to feel ready. They move. They trust. They persist. And that's what you're doing now. Here's a cold truth. The person you are today must die. That lazy version. That insecure version. That one who keeps making excuses. They must go. Not because they're bad, but because they've reached their limit. And if you don't bury that version, it'll bury your dreams. You can't take the old you into the new life you want. It doesn't fit. So here's the challenge. 6 months, 180 days. Lock in, zone in, commit, cut the noise, build your body, build your mind, build your bank, build your skills, build your brand, and most importantly, build your discipline. And if you slip, get back up. If you fall off, climb again. If the world laughs, work harder. The world mocked Elon Musk when SpaceX rockets exploded. They said Tesla would fail. They said he was crazy. And now, they call him a genius. They cheer. But the truth? He was that same genius when they doubted him. He just kept showing up. That's the difference. He didn't stop when the world was silent. He didn't stop when it hurt. He didn't stop when it failed. He didn't stop. Neither should you. Because once you decide, really decide, that nothing is going to stop you, not your feelings, not your past, not your friends, not your fatigue, then you become unstoppable. Not in the motivational quote kind of way, but in the real, terrifying, relentless way that makes the world step aside and say, he's serious. She's not playing. That's what commitment looks like. It's not loud. It's not for show. It's quiet. It's focused. It's deadly consistent. And here's the kicker. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the most talented. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to outlast everyone who quit. You win by refusing to give up. That's how Elon Musk rose. He didn't start off with perfect knowledge. He learned. He studied. He failed over and over. And he kept showing up, outworking people who were better qualified. It's not about talent. It's about tolerance for pain, for pressure, for uncertainty. And that's why most people will never make it. Because the moment it gets uncomfortable, they disappear. The second it gets hard, they retreat. And if that's been you in the past, that ends now. Right now. Because the life you want isn't on the other side of ease. It's on the other side of hard. The question is, will you cross it? So here's the plan. For the next 6 months, you live like your future depends on it. Because it does. You live like someone watching you is going to model their entire life after your actions. Because they will. You operate like every decision is being broadcast to the world. Because one day, your results will be. This isn't fantasy. This is your turning point. You wake up early. You make your bed. You hit the gym. You plan your day. You crush your top 3 priorities. You review your goals. You repeat. That's your rhythm now. No more guesswork. No more chaos. No more floating. Every day is mission-driven. Every hour has purpose. You are no longer living on autopilot. You are the pilot. Fully conscious, fully responsible, fully in control. Now, I want you to stop for a second. Close your eyes if you're not driving, and imagine what happens if you actually do this. If you stick to it. If you endure. If you become the disciplined, focused, high-standard machine I know you're capable of becoming. What does your life look like in 6 months? What do your mornings feel like? How do people talk about you? What does your bank account say? What does your body say? What do your results scream? Because that future is real. It's not a fantasy. It's waiting for you. But only if you show up. Every day. Relentlessly. Let me talk to the excuses for a minute. I don't have time. Wake up earlier. Cut distractions. Own your calendar. I'm not motivated. Perfect. Motivation is trash anyway. It fades. Discipline doesn't. I don't know how. Learn. Google it. Read. Ask. Study. I'm scared. Good. Do it scared. I failed before. Even better. You have experience now. Nobody believes in me. Prove them wrong. You see, your excuses are a trap because they make you feel smart. They make you feel justified. But they are lies. Polished lies. Beautiful lies. And if you keep choosing them, they'll become your truth. But not anymore. Today, you stop being a prisoner of your own reasons. You start being a creator, a builder, a doer. Let me tell you something else about winners. They don't overthink. They decide fast. They act faster. They don't sit around waiting for confidence. They build confidence by stacking wins. Tiny wins. Every day. And those wins become identity. Identity becomes momentum. Momentum becomes transformation. So stop waiting to feel confident. Do the thing. And let the confidence catch up. Here's what's coming next. Resistance. Life will test you. You'll have bad days. You'll have setbacks. But you need to expect that. Don't be surprised by struggle. Prepare for it. Anticipate it. Meet it like a warrior. Because if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. The pain you'll feel on this journey, that's growth in disguise. That's the price of reinvention. That's the rent you pay for leveling up. Remember what Elon said. Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. So unless life pins you to the ground and takes your last breath, you don't stop. You don't slow down. You adapt. You pivot. You learn. But you don't retreat. Let's zoom out. Look at the big picture. What if this 6-month sprint sets you up for the next 5 years? What if this obsession gives you freedom, wealth, options, and pride that lasts decades? What if the cost of discipline now is paid back 1,000 times over in peace, power, and purpose? You see, pain is temporary, but regret is forever. That's the truth. So choose your pain wisely, the pain of growth now, or the pain of regret later. Now I want to leave you with something tactical. A formula, not magic, just action. It's called 3-2-1. For the next 6 months, 3 priorities per day. That's it, not 20, just 3 non-negotiables. 2 hours of deep work. Block it, no distractions, no scrolling, just focused progress. 1 review per night. Look at your day. Track it. Adjust. That's your baseline. And you compound it daily. Stack, execute, improve. You'll be shocked what changes in 30 days, stunned what shifts in 90, and unrecognizable by day 180. Now, if you're still here, still listening, it means you're serious. It means you're not like everyone else. It means there's a spark in you, a hunger, a fire that refuses to die. And that fire? That's all you need. Don't let it go out. Feed it, fuel it, use it, because the world is watching. Your future is watching. Your children are watching. Your competitors are watching. So give them a show. Give them something to remember. Give them the version of you that doesn't apologize, doesn't shrink, and doesn't settle. Start today. Do 1 push-up. Write 1 paragraph. Invest $1. Wake up 1 hour earlier. Make 1 hard call. Stack 1 win. Then another. Then another. That's how the transformation begins. That's how the journey is built. 1 action. Repeated. Relentlessly. You've got this. You've got this. Not because it's easy, not because you're guaranteed to succeed, but because you've finally chosen to believe something most people never will. You have the power to rewrite your life, and it doesn't take a decade, just 6 months. That's all. 6 months of doing what others won't, so you can live how others can't. Now let's take it deeper. Let's talk about identity. Because at the root of every habit, every action, every result, you'll find identity. The story you tell yourself about who you are. And most people? They live inside a lie. A quiet lie that says, I'm not the kind of person who can do that. I'm not smart enough. I'm not consistent. I've never been good with money. I'm not like Elon. That's the lie that ruins lives. Let me rip that lie apart right now. You are not stuck with your past. You are not your failures. You are not your trauma. You are not the opinions of people who doubted you. You are not your family's legacy. You are not your environment. You are not your excuses. You are whatever you decide to become, starting today. Identity is fluid, but only if you have the courage to challenge it. If you believe you're lazy, then every time you skip the gym, your brain says, see, that's who we are. But if you decide, radically, intentionally, that you are a disciplined person, then every single action becomes a vote for that identity. Every rep, every book, every dollar saved is proof. And with enough proof, you start to believe. And with belief, you become unstoppable. That's how you go from who you were to who you're meant to be. That's how Elon did it. He didn't start as Elon Musk, the genius billionaire. He was just a kid from South Africa who loved physics and hated authority. He got beat up. He got bullied. But he didn't let that be his story. He didn't say, this is who I am. He said, this is where I begin. And that's what I want you to say now. So here's your new identity. You are someone who finishes. You are someone who follows through. You are someone who pushes past pain, who shows up regardless of mood, who makes promises and keeps them, who doesn't break when it gets hard. You are a finisher. Say it out loud, right now. I am a finisher. Again, I am a finisher. That's your new label. Carry it like armor. Build it with every action. Now let's talk about vision, because you can't build a future you don't see. Most people live with blurry goals, blurry energy, blurry habits, and they wonder why their life feels like a fog. Clarity is your weapon. Elon Musk visualizes everything. He builds in his mind before he builds with his hands. He breaks goals down into first principles, simple truths, and reconstructs them with logic. That's how he innovates. That's how he executes. So what do you want? Not someday. 6 months from now. Exactly 6 months. What do you want to weigh? To earn? To own? What skill will you have mastered? What book will be finished? What job will you have left? What new business will be launched? Who will still be in your circle? And who will you have outgrown? Be specific. Be vivid. Get obsessed. And once you see it, don't just dream it. Document it. Write it down. Speak it every morning. Read it every night. Remind your subconscious who the hell you're becoming, because the world will try to distract you, to numb you, to sedate you with entertainment, drama, and fear. That's how they win. That's how you lose. Vision is your shield. Keep it sharp. Now I want to hit on something that will test every fiber of your being: consistency without validation. You must learn to move without applause, to show up when nobody is cheering, to work when nobody is watching. Because if you need praise to perform, you're already defeated. Let me say it again. If you need validation to stay disciplined, you're not ready for greatness. Elon didn't wait for a crowd. He was mocked. He was alone. He was broke. He was ridiculed. But he kept building, because the mission was bigger than the mood. Your mission must be bigger than your emotions. Period. Stop chasing dopamine. Start chasing discipline. Stop chasing likes. Start chasing legacy. Now, this is the part where the old you will try to come back. You'll have a great week, maybe even a great month, and then that voice will return. The one that says, you've earned a break. You can ease up. You deserve to relax. And guess what? That's the devil in disguise. That's the old you crawling back, wearing a new outfit. Don't fall for it. That's not self-love. It's self-sabotage. Real self-love is discipline. Real self-respect is execution. Real confidence is built when you say, I'm tired, I'm bored, I'm discouraged, and I'm still doing it anyway. You know what happens then? You change. Slowly. Subtly. Your brain rewires. Your body adapts. Your finances shift. Your energy spikes. Your confidence soars. And then one day, without warning, you wake up and realize you're not the same person anymore. You're harder, sharper, quieter, hungrier. You don't crave approval. You crave progress. You don't chase distractions. You chase depth. You don't live on emotion. You live on mission. You don't wait. You act. That's who you're becoming. That's what the 6-month plan is all about. Not just goals, but the version of you who can handle those goals. Because let's be honest, anyone can dream. But dreams without discipline are just fantasies. And you? You're done fantasizing. You're building. Brick by brick. Day by day. One action at a time. So here's your call to action. Don't just nod your head to this. Don't just feel inspired. Don't just say, yeah, this is what I needed. That's what average people do. You're not average. You're lethal. So take action. Today, not tomorrow. Today. Send the email, make the call, hit the workout, create the schedule, delete the app, say no to that event, invest the money, launch the project, go. Because if you don't, nothing changes. You go back to drifting, to surviving, to scrolling, to sleeping through your potential, and that is not your destiny. That ends now. 6 months. One decision. One commitment. One unstoppable you. This isn't just some motivational talk to make you feel good for a few minutes. This is a call to war with your old self, a declaration that you are done accepting average, done tolerating mediocrity, done wasting potential. You've listened this far because deep inside you already know. The next 6 months could be the most important of your life. So let's drive this home. What are the core truths you must tattoo on your soul from this day forward? Number 1, no one is coming to save you. No mentor, no guru, no opportunity magically appears. You save you. That's what Elon Musk understood. No one handed him Tesla. No one cleared a path for SpaceX. He made the path by walking it, stumbling through it, breaking it open with his bare hands. He saved himself with relentless vision and savage action. You must do the same. Take responsibility for your thoughts, for your habits, for your results. All of them. That's your freedom. Number 2, your emotions are valid, but they're not always right. You won't feel like showing up every day. You won't feel inspired every morning. That doesn't matter. Discipline is doing it anyway. Mastery is moving forward when your mood says stop. Greatness lives beyond emotion. When Elon Musk was sleeping on the Tesla factory floor, do you think he felt motivated? Number, he felt mission. And mission doesn't need emotion, it just needs action. Number 3, your current circumstances are not your final destination. You might be broke now, lost now, overweight now, overwhelmed now. But that is not who you are, it's where you are, and where you are is temporary. 6 months of focus can change your finances, your health, your circle, your purpose, your entire life. But only if you act like it. Only if you stop romanticizing your struggle and start attacking your plan. Number 4. You must become obsessed. Not balanced. Not trying. Obsessed. The people who change the world don't dabble. They don't dip their toes. They dive in head first, all in, no plan B. That's why Elon's companies work, because he's all in. He doesn't chase balance, he chases results. He doesn't entertain doubt, he eliminates it with action. That's the edge you must develop. And number 5, you must persist. The average person quits at the first sign of resistance. You can't. You don't. Not anymore. You push through. You adapt. You get up again. There will be days you fail. Days you break down. Days you wonder why you started. But those are the days you become. Those are the days that count the most, and if you can survive those days, you can thrive through anything. So now the question is simple. What will you do when this video ends? Will you close the tab, say, "That was powerful," and go back to your old routine? Or will you stand up, take a breath, and act like your life is on the line, because it is? The next 6 months are your test, your challenge, your battlefield, and you will be faced with 100 opportunities to quit, to slow down, to give in. Don't. Every time you push forward instead of pulling back, you're writing your comeback story in real time. Imagine this. It's 6 months from now. You wake up early, your body stronger, your mind sharper, your bank balance healthier. You look in the mirror and you barely recognize the person staring back. Not because you've changed everything, but because you've changed one thing. Your standard. You used to tolerate inconsistency. Now, you are the most consistent person you know. You used to avoid hard work. Now, you crave it. You used to break when life got heavy. Now, you bend and rise stronger. You used to be inspired by others. Now, others are inspired by you. That's what this plan is really about. Not just success, but transformation. Not just chasing money, but building mental toughness. Not just setting goals, but becoming the kind of person who makes goal setting a lifestyle. Every single day. And if you ever forget who you are, remember this. You are not just a dreamer. You're not just someone watching motivational videos and hoping something clicks. You are the builder, the creator, the executor. You are someone who finishes what they start. You are someone who looks resistance in the face and says, "Let's go." You're the kind of person who makes the next 6 months a masterpiece, a case study in self-reinvention. You're not waiting for January, not waiting for next Monday. You're building now. You're planning now. You're executing now. Because you understand this one truth. Time will pass anyway. And you'd rather look back 6 months from now with pride than with regret. So as we come to the end of this message, I leave you with this. Decide today that you are done being passive. Done being soft. Done being vague. Pick your goals. Plan your path. Eliminate the fluff. Execute daily. Hold the standard. Adapt through resistance. Silence the noise. Persist through pain. And finish what you start. And never forget, you're not alone on this journey. This isn't just a video. It's the beginning of a movement, a mission, a community. If you're serious about changing your life, if you're ready to be around others who are doing the work, subscribe right now. Drop a comment, share your goal, declare your 6-month plan. Because transformation thrives in accountability. We're building a tribe of doers, action takers, builders. No more spectators, no more excuses, just results. Join us. Build with us. Rise with us. Your life is not a rehearsal. This is the main event. Make it count. Make it legendary. Start now.